Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be flipping through my recently finished sketchbook. This sketchbook is from brand SMLT Art and it has Bristol paper in it and also 18 pages in total. So yeah, I guess let's get into it. Oh, and it also has like this weird thingy that you can take out. I don't know if that's like a good design decision. So yeah. So I started this sketchbook in June 21st and finished it in August 27, which is today when I'm filming. So yeah, it took me a little bit more than 2 months to finish it, which is usually how long it takes for me to finish a sketchbook about this size. So yeah, in this first page I just tested some art supplies. I tested things like water-based markers, watercolors, Posca markers, fine liners, inks, gouache, and alcohol markers. And I really like this paper because it holds a lot of different things very well. It's not really great for watercolors, but for pencil it's like amazing, and also for alcohol markers they work so good on this paper. Right here I also tested out how this paper handled acrylic paints. It also did pretty well, and I just tried like different color combinations for one of my original characters. Yeah, right here I did like fox studies with inks. And I'm not experienced with inks. I tried to do more things with them in this sketchbook because this paper is really great for inks. I'm not really proud of these foxes. They turned out a little bit muddy. I think I just overmixed the inks, so yeah. So right here I wanted to come up with Right here I wanted to design a dragon. Not my favorite dragon that I ever drew, but yeah, still not the worst one. I really like these sketches. I sketched them when I was with my boyfriend and his best friend, and we were visiting his house. This is his dog and he's just so cute, and I'm kind of proud of myself for this sketch because I sketched it from real life, not from a photo. Okay, I hate this spread. Also, I should mention that this is one of my first sketchbooks. I think this is the second sketchbook where I had the opportunity to like work in spreads, and I really tried to make them look cohesive. So yeah, here I tried to draw my cat from real life and he was just moving all the time, and it didn't go so well. Yeah, and here I just have some foxes, and I don't know why, but this style kind of reminds me of JoJo, you know, the anime. So yeah, I hate this spread. Right here I did some graphite pencil sketches from Pinterest. I use a lot of Pinterest reference in general, but yeah, I just use it for practice. Usually I prefer to like sketch and study from life, but sometimes, especially in lockdown, you don't really have the opportunity to go to certain places and sketch some things. So yeah, here I was trying out some new art supplies. I did a art supply haul video and a lot of people liked it, and it got like 100 views, and yeah, I didn't really like that video, but I guess other people liked it. So yeah, you can watch it after you watch the sketchbook tour. Here I was practicing how to draw clouds with acrylic paints, and I actually like some of this color schemes, like especially these two, like pink and red and blue, look so good together. Yeah, and I try to match these sketches on the other side with these little paintings that I did. yeah, so here I tried to draw my boyfriend, but it didn't really turn out that great. He's not that ugly. So yeah, I really like this cat. I used alcohol markers for it, but also like I didn't use any fine liners. It's kind of unusual for me to draw with markers without any line art, so I kind of like this cat. Right here I just wanted to cover up like marker bleed through. So I like stuck some things. I wanted to turn this into like a full illustration, but I got lazy and I didn't do it. This drawing is kind of, I don't know, I don't like it. The proportions are really off. She has like really broad shoulders and I don't really like that. On this page I basically went to a cat cafe for the first time in my life, and I also decided to sketch in public for the first time in my life. So yeah, I really enjoyed drawing some of these cats. I really like this sketch. This, I think, is one of my favorites. Here I just drew some eyes from reference. I think I was feeling a little bit uninspired. Yeah, here I tried to like draw with different colored liners, but I'm not really a fan of this. I think I used too many colors. I should have used like just black and pink, then it would have looked awesome. On this page I just drew a lot of ducks because I went to the lake with my boyfriend, and a lot of ducks came and started to ask us for some food. So I took a bunch of pictures and later drew them. Yeah, I also used like watercolor pencils to color this in. And it actually turned out pretty well. I didn't really expect that because I don't really like working with watercolor pencils that much. Okay, I think I spent the most time on this spread, so here I just have some Naruto fan art, and they look kind of weird because it was kind of hard for me to compose them in this like space. Their, you know, like their full bodies look kind of smushed because I've never worked in a sketchbook that is like this landscape. So yeah, they look kind of strange, but I still really like them. I wish I didn't do like those color swatches next to them, but they still look awesome. Right here I have like drawings of my original character. I really like her pet weasel, especially like in this drawing. I made it into my like YouTube and Instagram's profile picture. Also, I don't really like these two drawings, but I kind of like the way that I colored them. So here I was trying to cover up the marker bleed through, and I experimented with some gouache, and I tried a little bit of different approaches. So on this one I used more like thicker gouache, and I don't really like it that much. But on this one I used gouache more like watercolors, like opaque watercolors, and I really like how this painting turned out. Also, it's worth mentioning that I did this spread with the Zorn palette. So this is the Zorn palette. It's this black, red, I don't remember, I think it's golden umber or something like that, and then white. I think I didn't have like the exact colors of black and this golden umber, or I don't remember how it's called. So yeah, it's not the exact Zorn palette. It was still really interesting to work with, and I would recommend other people, especially who have trouble with mixing skin tones, to look into this palette and try it yourselves. So yeah. Also, here I tried a little bit different of approach to gouache. I tried layering more like flat layers of paint and making it look a little bit more graphic this way. So, and I actually kind of like it. For some reason, the hardest part for me to draw was the hair. It doesn't look that hard, but for some reason the pattern was just so hard to wrap my head around, so yeah. So I didn't really know what to do on this spread, so I just again searched some reference from Pinterest and drew it. I drew this guy from imagination. Yeah, for some reason it just popped out of my head, and yep, it's going to be okay. Just a walk cycle. It looks kind of cool. I like how like the movement progresses or something like that. Then right here, I like referenced it from Pinterest, but I took a lot of like creative liberty with it and applied it in my own way. And I really like the color combination of blue and orange. And I also use like dip pens for the line art, and I'm really bad at using dip pens. If you have like some tips for me, then please leave them in the comments. I think I was watching SpongeBob with my little sister, so I decided to draw him. I also did like some gestures, and I really like the lines of this one. It looks like really fluid. I think this was the last one that I drew from all of them, so I really like it. Here I have a couple of characters. I don't know, I think I just wanted to draw like sheer clothing. So yeah, at first I like designed this girl, and later I thought about this guy. He doesn't really look like a guy, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's like transitioning or something. Like, I'm not here to judge or anything. So yeah, I thought they might be like a couple of influencers because their clothing, like, I could never pull off anything like that. But I really like them, and they kind of look like twins. So yeah, I think they're really cute. And after like I finished the spread, I wanted to make it look more cohesive, so I put it like this lavender colored ink on top, and also experimented a little bit with this masking fluid, and I think it looks really cool. So yeah. Again, here I didn't really know what to draw. I think after like I drew this guy, I thought, I definitely need to practice the male figure, so I tried to practice. I really like some of these gestures, again, like this one and this one. I looked up like men ballerinas on Pinterest, and they have like so many fluent poses, and I love this one. It's like so fun, and you definitely can see like the movement. I drew everything on the spread with a ballpoint pen, but I also used like this blue alcohol marker to smudge it a little bit, and I kind of like how that looks. But like on the younger man, I did a little bit too much of the ballpoint pen, and on the older man, like, I think it's just the right amount, so I will keep that in mind in the future. Oh, this is, I think, my favorite spread, like, in the whole sketchbook. It looks just so soft and nice, and yeah, I love it very much. So this, I did this painting with gouache, and it was like so hard. I spent like 3 days on it. For some reason, the part that I enjoyed painting the most was the grass. It was just so repetitive and also so relaxing, and I really liked this painting. Right here, I just wanted to make like a themed spread, so I filled it up, and I have a video on how I filled it, like a draw with me video. It's a really long video, it's like 30 minutes, so thank you for everyone that watched it. Thank you for subscribing to my channel if you are subscribed, and if you're not, please consider subscribing. Yeah, I really like this Kiki in the strawberry dress, and also like the shoes that she saw in the movie and really wanted to buy. Kiki's Delivery Service is like my favorite Ghibli movie. Right here I just wanted to cover up like the marker bleed through again, so I tried a little bit of collaging. I'm not really experienced with it, but I think it turned out alright. I really like the color scheme of this page. Here I like swatched my new Polychromos pencils, and I also did this pencil drawing with them. I also I'm not really experienced with colored pencils, so I don't really like it that much, but it still looks alright. I would usually use colored pencils just to sketch or use it with like watercolors or alcohol markers or gouache. Yeah, not a fan of this spread. Because the sketchbook is my most aesthetically pleasing sketchbook, I was kind of afraid of messing it up, and I think this spread messed it up. I like the ink effects that I did on this page. I think they look kind of cool. But at the same time, I tried to do the line art for him with dip pens, and I also mixed up the legs, like which one is supposed to go on top, and I messed up so much. I dripped ink so many times on random things, and it's I hate this spread. Okay. I have some nice sketches in it though. This is one of my most favorite spreads, I would say. It looks so clean and so aesthetically pleasing. I especially like the symmetry of these two. It's not completely symmetrical, but still I really love how it turned out. Also, I drew this again from Pinterest reference, and I decided to draw it in pencil because I got this new Palomino Blackwing pencil, and I really wanted to try it out because this pencil was so expensive. It's a great pencil. It has a really nice eraser that you can remove, and it's really great for erasing details. So I really like it. Okay, so this was a sketchbook tour, not a whole video. So yeah, I really like how I did these two with gouache. I think this one is definitely better because I did this one after the other, and it looks kinda sketchy. It has a very clear motion, and you can definitely see the forms that it has. It definitely has a lot of mistakes. Anatomy is not the thing that I'm really experienced with, and I really need to practice a lot more, but I just like how it looks. It brings your eyes to the middle. Right here, I think is the first time when I tried alcohol markers and just a regular graphite pencil together, and it didn't really smudge, so it's kind of weird, but it looks cool, so I like it. So here is the last spread of my sketchbook. I basically did the random blob challenge, and again I was trying to play more with inks and I really like how some of those turned out, and especially those who have this really pretty blooming inside of them. It just gives it a little bit more of a different feeling. Some of these are really weird. But for example, I really like this one. It has two random creatures eating him. So he's sad and crying. And also this weird bunny dog creature also. I think I would have never thought of it when I did the blob. So I really like this exercise for creativity, and if you haven't tried it, try it. You will surprise yourself. So here is the last page of the sketchbook. And yeah, it was a little bit rushed, but I kind of like it. It looks loose and a little bit like abstract, but it has the atmosphere that I wanted it to have. So I kind of like it, and I used like colored pencils on top of gouache, and it gives it like a little bit of a different texture. So I'm definitely going to use colored pencils with gouache more. And yeah, I can definitely like tell that I came a long way like in using gouache in the sketchbook. I definitely got a lot better in using it. And yeah, I kind of surprised myself because I really hate to draw like architecture and things like that. Mainly because I suck at perspective, but it actually turned out pretty well. I really like the colors of it, so I hope you liked this sketchbook tour. And also, I think I forgot to mention that I also decorated and painted the cover of it myself. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and also liking and commenting on this video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!